I'd basically been fairly misleading about what my job and like where I lived and stuff like that. And at one point they said like, "Oh yeah, you live there." I'm like, no, I don't. Where the hell did you get that idea?
You told me.
I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I lied to you. Sorry."
I opened the server up, by the way.
Oh, all right. Like, yes, I was a filthy liar, and I'm sorry about that. But no, I mean, I tend to be fairly private and cautious. Connection failed. That's new.
Oh. Do I need
I
to
don't
see?
know. I think at this point, in the words of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you're probably mostly harmless.
Well, I've never seen that, unfortunately. As degenerate as that might sound.
Yeah, the movie is okay. Books are the ones I really love. Like, I actually have like a leather-bound copy of all 5.
Dang.
Yeah, it was my favorite birthday gifts.
Dedication. I've got the entire series of Unfortunate Events hard copies. Although that kind of died off after the first movie or two. I think I don't believe it actually lasted.
I think I actually saw the first movie. I really liked that.
And Jim Carrey was the
Yeah, he was good in that.
Uncle Olaf, or God, I can't remember. It's been so long.
I think it was Olaf.
I remember like the whole premise of the second half of the books was just them trying to figure out what FRD stood for, I think.
Hmm.
And there was like it suddenly wasn't volunteer fire department. There was like a bajillion things that FRD could stand for, or V. Sorry, VR. Bleh.
VFD.
VFD. God.
He said volunteer fire department, so I kind of figured. By the way,
That's-
do you have a full-size magnet ring? Just quick.
Magnet
Or do you-
ring increases your radius for collecting items.
Okay. So you have a normal magnet ring.
It
then.
just says
That's
magnet
good.
ring.
Yeah, I have a small magnet ring thing here I was going to get rid of.
We don't have an auto feeder for the ducks. The barn isn't big enough yet. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable?
Didn't the guy that voiced SpongeBob voice him?
Wouldn't be shocked. Hey, we got a, I think Beep can be sheared today.
Oh,
You have a shear?
I do. I just was taking care of the chickens because someone else wasn't. Cough, cough.
But I'm swish.
Oh yeah, you do look bigger. Cool.
Huh, it works.
Yeah, that one sheep is the one that I bought like 2 days after we bought all the other ones, so I guess. So now can I go to the loom and use it, or... I think, right? This
Yeah, I
goes
think so.
here? Yeah. Sweet.
Alright.
I wonder how long it takes.
We may be able to make a second one.
I don't know how easy it is to make. I think...
Wood, fiber, and pine
Ooh,
tar.
yeah, pine tar is going to be the one that we may not have.
We do. We have 4 of them. I'll make
Oh.
a second one.
Works for me.
But yeah, back to your previous point, yeah, I tend to be a little overly cautious and private.
Well, I mean, like I said, on the internet, that's definitely the way to be. Don't want to
I
tell
suppose,
every
but-
stranger you meet. Give them your,
Yeah, but
your
I mean,
first
I
and
think
last
there's-
name and your address and your social.
That thing from Family Guy when Peter busts in like the police lineup after Chris gets caught with something, you know, like... Actually, you can keep that picture. Chris ruined it by writing a list of all his fears on the back of it. His school schedule list of all his fears on the back. Oh, I love that. Actually, if we get cloth, we can use that as one of our artisanal goods as well.
Well, we needed it for something else. I just can't remember what
Yep.
the hell it was. It was for...
The windmill.
Oh, yeah, the windmill.
Actually, do you have any pieces of wool left?
One.
Let me have that. We'll get more soon, but I can fill out one of the bundles with it. I didn't get... Put it in the chest, just quick. Not that chest.
Oh, I picked it right back up, okay.
Yeah, just toss it in a chest somewhere and I'll take care of it.
Oh, okay.
Because that'll handle our animal bundle right there.
It's in the green one.
Thank you. Thank you.
the mayonnaise looks spreadable. That's the only definition. It looks spreadable. Not edible, just spreadable.
It's dangerous, as there are things that are spreadable, which are probably not edible.
Am I missing something? Why do these cows not give milk? You know what? I'm not going to try to find out, because it's too much of a pain in the ass. There's no, like, secret benefit to not milking them every day, right? That you don't get, like, extra, like, large milks.
If you wait about a month, you get super milk.
Ah.
Which is a complete lie.
Yeah,
but,
I had that. I figured.
Yeah, I was not very subtle about that one.
If you'd have been like, actually, you know, I think I heard, or something like that.
I feel like that might have been even more obvious in some ways.
Yeah, nothing about it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I got an extra cheese press.
To make cheese.
Yep. Okay, so so far we've done all those. If we had an apple, apricot, orange, peach, or pomegranate, we could do that. If we had truffle oil, we could use one of those.
Well, we'll have apples once the trees grow.
Yeah. We have,
so
I think, all of the trees. We have, like, all the fruit trees ready to go.
Yep, I bought one of each and 4 apples.
Well, then we're very close to finishing off the, that thing, too.
I don't know how slow or fast they grow, but...
We'll get a greenhouse once we get that.
So it's kind of guaranteed that you can't really get a greenhouse till the second year, pretty much?
Kind of. I mean, you probably could if you were quick. Like, if you'd planted fruit trees right at the start.
Oh, right.
And one time I don't have a hoe on me, all of a sudden I see tons of worms.
Well, or anything like the worms I've been finding, all they've got's clay. I keep forgetting to go gather hardwood. Like, I don't even know if we need it, but I've been like, yeah, I'm gonna do that every day. It doesn't take long. Then I always forget.
Yeah, back to what you were saying earlier, I'm kind of curious, what was the main motivation for you to share so much?
I don't know. I guess it's just when, you know, you just talk a lot once you need someone to talk to because you're, like, upset or something, you kind of just say random things.
I suppose so. It certainly happens.
The more this person knows about me, the better they can help me. Something like that. Which is technically kind of true.
Well, that's entirely true.
Like,
I just never needed help. I don't know how to think of it.
It's kind of like akin to, like, if you go to a psychiatrist, it's just like, you know, I don't need to know who you are or your name. Just tell me your problems. I'll fix you. Don't worry.
I do love the people that come in and talk to you and they're, you know, I need help with what? I'm a bit nosy, aren't you? I'm like, really? Actually, inmates are probably worse about that than other people, since all of them tend to be a little paranoid.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not an environment that encourages sharing. When you're surrounded by people who tend to be, like, sociopaths, sharing is not the best idea.
You get mocked ruthlessly by your fellow inmates.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, little blob. Time to die. Or not.
Kind of think about it, I'm not sure I really ever had any experience that would have necessarily made me more paranoid than others. I just think I was kind of that way by default.
I mean, that's kind of akin to, like, the whole, you know, don't let strangers, you know, pick you up in their car, don't take candy from strangers. That kind of mindset. Which is funny because now we, you know...
Yeah.
We're living in a world where we do the... Yeah, I think you've probably seen it. Now we live in a world where we do
call
exactly
an Uber.
That.
Yeah, I mean, there's sort of a disadvantage, too. I mean, you don't get to know people quite as well. I mean, I can think of only, like, one case where I've had somebody start to get a little bit, like, overly inquisitive or more than I really cared for. Well, then again, like when I met like Wolf, I mean, which I still find funny that like Wolf is literally their name as opposed to like every furry ever who probably would have fucking killed for that name.
Is it like his last name or is it his first name?
No, first name. First name was Wolfgang. So that abbreviates down very nicely to Wolf.
Wolfgang Amadeus, right? Like Mozart.
I think that was the inspiration.
I think it's Mozart's name, right?
Yeah, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Something like that.
Amadeus is a good movie. I liked that.
Is that the one where he like dies at the end and his rival like kind of like frantically helps him try to finish the piece before he dies on his bedside?
Salieri, I think, right?
Yeah, like they ended up like kind of like he ended up kind of like becoming a good guy at the end. I think maybe I can't remember how it ended.
Yeah,
I just remember like he kind of like went from being the
really
bad guy.
He really hated him still, but I think he kind of like that one really wonderful scene where he's like he gets one of Mozart's pieces and he's like Requiem, I think, and he's like just looking forward to tearing it to shreds, and he just reads it and he just can't. He's like, it's fucking perfect. I fucking hate him and it's perfect.
And then he just ends up basically on his deathbed helping him finish.
Yeah, because he sort of has this thing of like, I fucking hate you, but this is literally the most important thing on Earth to me, and it has to happen. Still hates him, but a healthy relationship.
Did you say you needed a certain... What was that fossil that you sold that you said you needed?
Oh,
Was it a nautilus fossil?
yes. Nautilus fossil, a nautilus shell.
Oh, okay. Well, I just got a fossil, but not a shell.
Yeah, sadly, I've made the mistake of trying to use those, and they don't work.
Can't fool Gunter.
It's not even Gunter, it's one of
the community, yeah. You can't fool a building.
Watch me.
The building has a mind of its own. Which actually kind of makes me think of that movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It was an anime called I think it was Monster House. I think.
I don't know that one.
It was the house was like literally alive.
Sounds about right.
It was like possessed by the old man, or possessed by the old man's wife, and he was like super hateful and mean to everybody, but he was just doing it to keep them away because the house was like horridly like it would like kill all kinds of like children and stuff. It ended up being a really good movie at the end.
Until you told me like the grimmer elements there, I was like, it sounds like a Studio Ghibli kind of thing, like a monster house.
It was pretty fucked up, actually. Duck mayonnaise, cheese, goat cheese, and
mayonnaise still sounds gross as shit. Gross as hell.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a big fan of the sound of it. It's a euphemism for something else.
But swish. Want some duck mayonnaise? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
What am I gonna do with this? Oh, I can't put it there. I guess I'll put the cloth in there with the mining minerals and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't remember how much we needed for the mill.
I'm not sure either.
I think it was 5, maybe. Unfortunately, I'm guessing that the sheep don't need to be sheared every day.
I'm guessing not.
Just start pouring Rogaine on them.
And I really should have photoshopped carpet onto my walls for that picture.
That probably would have been too much effort.
I don't know. It wouldn't be too hard, I don't think.
Letter. Hey, it's the wizard. I am researching the forgotten art of shadow divination. I require an item known as Void Essence. Oh.
We have plenty, I think.
Oh, did you actually get some?
Kidding? I got 114 of it.
Oh, I could take one to him, right?
Yeah, I'll bring a few down. Bring 10 just in case.
Hey, if you can do it, you just do it. I don't...
Yeah.
I know that one guy sold it down there, so I didn't know if you actually bought some or if you just got it from killing.
Trees are starting to grow. Yeah, I know you can find them down there pretty easy. I'll clear out the hardwood area at the same time.
Oh god, there's too many animals.
Hey, the gypsy's back. You met her?
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to milk a sheep. I'm an idiot.
Okay, so we got fried egg, spicy eel. We need any of those for our Wooden board. Fried egg or spicy eel? Fried egg we do need.
Oh yeah, that I do remember that being one of them. It was on that weird bulletin one, wasn't it?
Yeah. There. I bought it. Now we don't have to bother cooking it. Huh. Chaos is playing Black Ops 4.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When did I get it?
Well, I think he just got it like yesterday or the day before. He said he was loving it though, and when they were texting us all about it earlier, that's when Enron was asking about that game for the king or whatever.
Yeah, to find where I'm trying to think where I saw a review of that, because I did see somebody review it pretty in depth. I think it did sound like an interesting idea. I like the art style, but I think there was something weird about how the game kind of rolled stats, or it was kind of very random. I don't know. I may just be misremembering.
It's kind of like a tabletop RPG thing.
A little.
Too many eggs. Not enough mayonnaise machines.
We can correct that.
Yeah, true. Eventually we're gonna have to, I think, sell some of our chickens if the incubator keeps making them. Like, will it like tell us, like, you know, hey, you have to sell a chicken now?
It just won't make a chicken until we have space for it.
Okay, so it'll just incubate forever.
Yeah, but I mean, next time we upgrade it, we'll probably get the chicken, or the duck at that point, because it's a duck egg.
We do need to upgrade that barn, or that chicken coop again.
Yeah, I think the barn is now at max capacity, or max size.
I think you're right.
So getting the chicken coop its final upgrade would be a good thing.
I don't know what it would take. I can go check real quick just to see.
Might be worth it.
Probably expensive as hell.
Most likely, but probably a little less expensive than the barn.
There's worms everywhere. Ooh, another book. That's the third one no, I think it's the second one I found since we started playing.
Ooh, cheese.
Did you end up taking that void essence to him?
Yes. You probably still can too, though.
Good point.
Well, he only needs one.
Deluxe Coop is 20,000 gold and 200 stone and 500 wood. We have all of that except for the wood. We're like 190 short on the wood.
Shit.
I hope that she doesn't mind me cutting down this tree in her front yard. Because I did.
Is this because you said I needed wood? No. I'm charging for that.
That gay farmer is chopping down our trees.
Is this a gay thing? I'm not certain.
Just a silly thought. Us being the you know, supposed gay couple in town is akin to her being, you know, the interracial couple. Like, the townspeople probably don't know who to hate more.
Well, listen, it's clearly not in this place is clearly up north if they're getting winter like this. So, well, actually, that just means they'll be quietly racist.
I mean, I really don't see any point in not chopping down these trees because we can't plant anything here. So, really, they're only for decoration.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Unfortunately, on these islands, they just fall into the damn water. I can't really catch them for they...
You still might get some wood off them, though.
Yes, some. The water got most of them, though. Oh, well.
The water has claimed them.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, you actually can't cut down this big tree.
Yeah, there's one like this down below, too. I don't know what type of tree it is, but it's special. Some very hard lines of code keeping that one from going anywhere. We're getting close. 428. And I still haven't been across this bridge. Oh, yeah, I have. Never mind. Shit.
Yeah, I don't think there are any more trees over there, sadly.
No, there's not. There are worms everywhere, though.
That's good.
Rusty cog. A snow yam. Was snow yam anything you needed, by chance?
Not anymore. I've already got a few.
Ah, okay.
And I've turned them in, I believe.
Rusty cog is an artifact that Gunter needs.
Also a sex act, I'm sure.
The rusty cog.
Gave him the old rusty cog.
I need more trees. I forget, what's up this way? Railroad. Oh, I haven't been up here yet, I don't think. Oh, I haven't. Ooh.
Railroad?
Yeah, I haven't been to the railroad yet. Oh, this is what the spa is.
Yeah. Although, honestly, now that I found you can, like, just lay in your bed and get health back, I'm not sure what the point of the spa is.
Is it more efficient?
I doubt it. It takes a while to get there. And you have to get all the way inside to use it.
Oh,
And
so
they make you
doesn't
walk
do it quicker.
annoyingly slow, like, through the water and stuff like that.
Yeah. I guess it's just for people who prefer the spa.
I'm wondering if it's actually a reference to one of the other games, since, I mean, like, in Rune Factor, again, there was a spa in that, but it, like, that was the only way to get back health. And it was fucking expensive. Or, you know, energy, I should say. I mean, it was the kind of thing where, like, you had to be pretty rich, and you had to really want that, like, a second bar of energy that day to bother going to it.
Yeah. Did you gather off the cheese? Because I don't remember doing it.
I picked a bunch up a while ago.
Okay.
Might not have been today, though.
I must have been, because I don't think I got it. That or someone else came by and stole our cheese.
That does sound likely.
Alright, pine tar goes in here, I think, yes. And all this goes in here. I guess I could keep that on me. I think I only need like 2 more trees and I'll have enough wood, but I don't know where I'm going to find them.
Can you go south of our farm and chop trees there?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good point. The whatchamacallums, the hardwood,
Yeah.
they're usually like half regular wood anyways when you cut them.
I've only got 2 bits of extra wood that I got from it.
Well, I guess you don't get more wood for using a different axe, do you?
No, I wouldn't think so.
I do not believe there are going to be any hidden trees down here that I missed. But there are some worms. I got another snow yam.
And those are useful.
Are they?
I mean, they're food. They're money. At least when I was going exploring a lot, I tended to use those pretty regularly.
Is there not one single tree left? Have I seriously deforested this entire town?
Did you not listen to the Lorax? Come on, man.
Oh, here's one. Yes.
Clearly you did not listen to Lorax. Look, I give this one more tree chop.
It's one of those, like, trees that doesn't have any leaves on it either. It's just one of those, like, you know, kind of, like, barren ones.
Cut for the tree.
Wow, 500 exactly. And I'll cut down its brother, too, because...
Why not?
can't make it feel like, you know, alone.
Must kill whole families. Can't leave orphans.
Well, we have the wood now.
Sadly, I think, yeah, shop's already closed at this point.
Oh,
but,
yeah, definitely. It's 10 o'clock at night. This town just completely shuts down after, like, 6 p.m. They have absolutely
the underground
no...
BDSM club in town, that gets pretty hopping around 11 p.m. There is actually kind of like a cult area in town. Have you seen that yet?
I don't think so.
There is, like, one building with a fucking, like, evil shrine in it or something. I still don't know what the hell it is. I do know that, like, a lot of the women gather there at a certain time of night.
It's for the
like,
greater
certain times
good.
of the day or something. I don't think it's a church.
The greater good.
The greater good. Such a great movie.
What a silly movie. I can't believe I hadn't watched it up until this year.
You do visit at some point. I feel like I'm going to have to show you certain movies. And it's not even that I'm, like, necessarily a huge fan, but it just seems, like, irresponsible or something? I don't know.
Never seen a single Star Wars or Indiana Jones movie.
No, actually, I've only seen, like, I think 2 Indiana Jones movies anyway, so that's, I guess, if we're using me as a barometer of normal, which clearly is fine, then, I guess that's not too weird.
You know, it was like someone kind of spoiled one of the one with, like, I think it's the Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think, where
There's an arc in it.
well, it's essentially just like, you know, even if they hadn't done anything at all, the ending would have still been the same because the Nazis would have looked at the Ark or whatever and then died or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or no? So
That's
technically,
pretty much correct.
they basically just did nothing the whole movie.
Yeah, but they didn't know that.
But that's the premise, though. At the end, it's just like, well, you know, even if they hadn't had a hand in anything, they would have found the Ark and looked at it and.
Yeah, but then it probably would have been just left sitting there out in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of weird skeletons, so that probably would have gotten some attention. I mean, there probably would have been other problems. But it is annoying to some degree.
Don't
Okay,
overthink it.